and welcome back to the channel. And today is a solemn video, a bad video, a video that, well, you know, it's not surprising that I have to make, but it's still extremely unfortunate. And it is about Deadpool X-Force. Because as all things with Kabam, if something does seem to be too good to be true, it almost always is. And that's the same thing about this gameplay from yesterday. So I showcased you guys the buffed Deadpool and how, well, high damage output he has and how much I like the buff. Here we can see that effectively his new rotation is just get 2 bars and a bit of power. And then we're going to see like a huge burst of damage immediately following that. In fact, this single rotation dealt like 300k plus damage of level 2 and level 1 from a 6-star rank 3. That is crazy good amount of damage. But that is going to change in a moment. So here we can see 1 rotation, Winter Soldier down 41%. And then when I'm going to get to the second rotation, it's going to be a huge amount of overkill, obviously. We're going to see that in just a second as well. We're going to effectively have to do this, you know, the whole set, level 2, level 1 again, to reapply our Daunted. And here we go. So we got the level 2. Sweet. We're going to go for level 1. We can see that he's already at like, you know, 14%. And then we're going to have another like huge burst of damage. That, however, is no longer the case. Because Kabam had some bug fixes to do. So, greetings summoners, the game has identified and fixed a few bugs surrounding the glorious Guardians. The details can be found below. Sentry, launched with 2 copies of Friends and Synergy with Aegon, Persistent Force Synergy with the Champion. Okay, so, you know, that's fine. These have been removed and only one version of each remains. Sentry now properly tracks solar charges on the HUD. Fine, you know, that's a HUD update. But Deadpool X-Force, launched with no cooldown on his Splee debuffs from basic attacks while a Daunted passive was active. His bleeds now respect the same cooldown as his basic Dundon bleeds. So Medusa lost the ability to armor break again once armor shatter expires. This had been fixed and can now properly apply armor break. Okay, there you go. Additionally, with the update, Count Nevaria had a momentary lapse in judgment and he recovered his decay tag. So the key aspect here is the Deadpool X-Force. So, what changed exactly here? In this clip, I can show you guys. Once again, wrong screen. In this clip, once the Daunted passive is active, after I activate level 2, here we go. We're going to drop the level 2. We're going to see that those red numbers on every hit now activate, even on our basic attacks. They're only meant to activate every 4 seconds. Thus, actually kind of drastically reducing his damage output. And this is how he looks now. Now, in this particular fight length, the fight duration didn't increase by that much, and I'm going to explain that in a bit, but we're going to definitely see a significant drop of a single rotation damage that Deadpool is going to do. Because previously, remember, by the time I dropped my level 2 and level 1, Winter Soldier was at 40% health, which means, you know, 60% of his 550k health pool had gone, so that would be like 330k damage with the level 2, level 1 rotation. Now, it's not going as fast because we're not inflicting those instant Splee debuffs on the basics attack anymore, and now his 1 rotation is dealing 47% amount of damage. So let's say roughly half. And that would be in the region of 250, 260k. And that's a significant drop-off. Now, I still do think that it is quite a bit of damage, but obviously it is immediately, based on the eye test alone, significantly less impressive. And we're going to see here where I'm going to close out the fight with not that big of a time difference, but again, the overkill in the first clip was very huge, because by the time I activated my level 1, Winter Soldier was down to like 10% health. And now we're going to see that, you know, it's going to be significantly more than that, and level 1 is not going to kill. So this is the second set of rotation. Again, previously at this point, Winter Soldier was at 10% health. Now he's at 30% health. And, you know, after that level 1, he still remained at 2%. So it's still a very good amount of damage, and a lot of the positives that I discussed yesterday, most of the positives that I discussed yesterday, remain basically the same. His rotation is very easy. It's fairly quick. It's, with no grabs. Again, his Splu debuff being completely, a unique dot type that nobody's immune to, which is direct damage. So no resistances really affect him there. And yeah, he's still good. Definitely not as good as he was. And this definitely kind of calls into the question the viability and practicality of, let's say, 6-star rank 5, 6-star rank 5 ascended on a single rotation. It should still be good in theory, because still, that one rotation was still like 250, 260k damage. It's not 330k though. And that is a significant drop. But I think a 6-star rank 5 ascended should still be able to nuke just about anything in the game up to 7-star rank 3 level with that rotation. But at the same time, it's always so disappointing when Kabam does these things. Like, this fight just felt phenomenal when I was doing it. This is a pre-bug fix again. This fight, I felt like I'm playing with like a really, really, good and potentially very soon meta-relevant character. I might still be after the bug fix. I hope I still am, because I think he's still on top of the most wanted list for me, alongside with potentially Purgatory. But it doesn't feel as, it's one of those things in MCOC when you get that feel for a champion that you think is going to be OP, you kind of get excited and giddy like a little kid. And today when I read this post and update that Kabam posted here, I kind of felt like, half of my candy is gone. Kind of felt like Kabam took something away from us. And again, it comes down to just Kabam being Kabam and releasing bugged champions in the game. And, it just kind of sucks. It doesn't feel great, I suppose. We're going to see again, like, when we get to that level 1, he's just about just the 10% health, because every hit deals, significant amount of damage extra. And then we had a big burst there. Well, either way, I still like Deadpool. But this does make him, noticeably less. It's less damage. Again, 330k or 250k damage. That's quite a big difference. Let me know what you guys think about this latest turn of Kabam bug fixes, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the